if you can't get her to go somewhere.
We're on.
Oh, yeah. Ow, my foot.
Hi, everybody. I'm Judah Boy's dad. Judah Boy is coming to be on live.
Woo!
Cobra Kai Season 2, Episode 1. What happened? Oh my gosh. Now we see the men's being made between Kreese. Now there's a men's being made between Kreese and Johnny. Which is interesting. They're both named John. Yeah. So he's like John Jr. And he's the son that he never had, and he's the father that he never had.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. I never saw or noted on that before. What else? What did you get from that first episode? It just ended. This is the soonest anybody could say anything. What did you think?
The thing that really popped out to me is that Kreese is in a personality change currently. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
He was saying sorry and he fixed his trophy. So that's a big thing that stuck out. You know?
Are they for personal gain? Are they just to selfishly get in control of the Cobra Kai dojo again and the name and the brand and everything? Yeah. So I think these might be, because the grin that the actor gave at the end was very
suspicious. He was like,
I talked you into it. I just said what I needed to say and presented what I needed to present to get what I wanted.
In the trailer for the next video, like that it has on every episode, he's introducing Kreese. So that was just because he's going to be the next teacher,
Yeah, and there's only supposed to be, like we said, but then there was, Silverman.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about it before, but in our other predictions of season 2, but we were saying it was just
maybe Silver, is
it Silverman or Silver? I forget.
Hold on.
Okay.
So Miguel's mom broke up, had a divorce with her husband.
And he was a violent man or something.
And then she said he's a very bad man. And then I was like, it must be Silverman.
It could be Silver.
It could be Silverman. You don't know.
Because that guy was traveling everywhere and stuff like that. That'd be a little crazy, though. That'd be like too small world. Especially since all this is supposed to take place on one of the biggest cities on the planet on the West Coast and stuff. So,
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm going to go check if we have any views. You stay here and run the stream.
I think that's Mom's job. Why am I running the stream? I'm on the stream. I'm running the stream now. My name is Nathan. I'm Judah's father. Judah Boy is live right now. Judah Boy is live doing his review of Cobra Kai Season 2, Episode 1. Now, what is something that I noticed right away? This is all going to be, if you haven't watched it yet, this is spoilers. This is if you've watched it, you want to watch a video on other people's thoughts, reviews of it. Season 2, Episode 1. It started us right at where we saw some of the trailers, right at the end of Season 1, where Kreese walks in. They end up getting in it.
This is where the real story's only just begun.
Right, and they get into a debacle. They end up, fist fighting.
He's like, he gets Johnny
I taught
Burns.
you everything I know. Everything you know.
and then he kicks him in the jaw and he gets the cigar into the thing, and then all of a sudden there's bursting flames.
Yep.
And then he gets shoved into the mirrors, so it's a whole just.
Yeah, and then Johnny saw things that he didn't like about Kreese and his father figure, his trainer. He saw things he didn't like about him in himself when he saw himself in a piece of shattered mirrored glass. He saw that he had became everything that he hated about his father figure. So he let go of him, and then Kreese says, showing mercy on an old man was honorable, but your worst mistake, and then beats the crap out of Johnny. Yeah. And then they both end up on the floor, and then the sprinkler system comes on from the fire alarm because the fire that they started from the cigar. That was how it started. And
we are going to watch the second episode now, so I'm going to just be probably hoarse in the next episode.
The first episode was free We didn't,
The first two.
Yeah, we noticed like that as soon as it would hit midnight, 12:01, they were both on there. Episode 1 and 2 are for anybody. Like when we were on an account that wasn't YouTube Red, and so 1 and 2 showed up. So 1 and 2 are free for anybody right now. That's really cool. So if you are into karate and just getting into the Karate Kid or the Cobra Kai series, or you watch the first one all the way through at a friend's house or something,
recommended.
You can watch 1 and 2 without a Red account right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And then they had some comedy relief in there. That guy was in some of the other trailers and stuff. He's part of the team, I think. The guy at Home Depot, like the Home Depot and those guys.
The Home Depot guy.
The comic relief. That was.
He's like Mr. Metallica Man.
Yeah. Yeah, he was supposed to be annoying.
Yeah.
But now we saw in the trailers for the teasers for it, that guy has a part. He's going to show up a couple times again.
Oh.
It's probably as a comic relief. Yeah, I remember seeing him
at
like a party or something. So very, very exciting. Cool cliffhanger at the end there. And then they showed us teasers of the entire season or throughout the season. So already one of my predictions came true, what I was talking about, where where Daniel is on camera and he's talking about how they're not our enemy. Like there is no enemy. It's just about figuring out our mistakes from the history of how we think about each other, and not to think of somebody as an enemy, but to think of them as somebody that's been misinformed, poorly explained with their training. They've been trained to be mean or trained to be in bad behavior. But however, Daniel had a vengeance as well from all throughout season 1, and that we saw at the beginning of this too. But they've already fixed that. I thought that was going to be something ongoing with his vendetta.
They still fight. They still have that all-out brawl.
We got to see at first, like right when the door, when Johnny Lawrence's door, there was a knock at his door. We thought right away, Judah goes, "Oh, I know who it's going to be."
Yeah.
He thought they were already going to bring in, but I was like, no, there's no reason for him to show up there.
And then it was just Miguel's mom with a cake.
Yeah, that's who I predicted it was going to be.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my God, it's already happening. Danny LaRusso's going to walk through the door.
And I like how they're keeping them like friends too. How there could probably be some romance there, but I like how they're keeping that more friends and letting John focus on Cobra Kai and on the students and stuff like that, and not getting too romantically tied with Miguel's mother. Even though they show good chemistry between the two of them, the writers so far in this first episode only showed her still being like a good friend to him and friends with each other, and then showing concern about his game face, she called it. But we all saw that shot of her at the end of season 1 when she was watching Miguel start to just get and so she had that concerned mom face, and like they covered that right away, but then she just called it his game face. But Johnny Lawrence saw it like right away, and he knew what she was talking about, and that's why he made some of the decisions that he did in his talk. And what good chemistry Johnny and Miguel had too, right?
Yeah.
Like when they were talking in the office, and he came in. What was that? Remember?
Yeah, he was like I got mercy. What was it?
Well,
yeah.
He said he was, he's like, no mercy, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, but there's about mercy and then there's honor, and he's like, he was trying to help him be something different than the things that he had became from how he was misguided. So already we see John Lawrence maturing and making these better decisions and admitting fault, which is just so good. That's
what I mentioned before, like the personality change.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's John Kreese, but I think he's being a snake.
Yeah, he is Cobra Kai.
Yeah, so I think he may feel somewhat that way, but it might be selfish. What would I call it? Like selfish directions. Like his mission is selfish. I think.
Yeah.
His purpose.
Yeah.
Of doing those things.
Yeah, I believe that John Kreese is out to like take complete control and like get Johnny Lawrence completely out.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe he's out to get him.
Maybe, or take over all the students again.
Yeah.
And I mean, for what though? I don't know. Like he's like we saw in the teasers. Like the man's got his issues.
Yeah.
He's got a past. He's got war history. Isn't it interesting? We saw while we're watching it. I whispered to Mom. Remember, the both of the father instructors, Mr. Miyagi and John Kreese, both have war backgrounds.
Yeah.
They both have war history backgrounds, both
Like,
war heroes.
like not like war, like with karate, like
Yeah, war tactic. And so Mr. Miyagi was in...
like the highest person.
Well, he got the highest
Yeah.
award of a Medal of Honor, and a couple
Yeah.
other medals. He fought for the Americas during World War II.
I thought he'd be fighting for like Asia or something.
No, he fought on America's side during World War II, and he somehow got drafted in or something like that when he first became a citizen. I forget how it was. He was drinking sake one time in Karate Kid 1, I believe, right? And he was started to do an impersonation of how Mr. Miyagi, he talked to himself in third person, was pulled into a war and fought on the side of the Allies in World War II. That's from my memory. And then John Kreese was in Vietnam, even though that he's barely old enough to be in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And especially in third one with Silver, neither one of them are really, they're barely old enough to have fought in Vietnam.
Yeah.
But I think John Kreese is, but Silver, I don't think they made him out to be old enough to be his war buddy. But
Yeah.
anyhow, they're both war veterans, and that's something interesting. But
Yeah.
we see in the teasers that John Kreese starts really seeing it as warfare and the damages that war can do in a soldier, and starts probably utilizing those things to raise up an army of teenagers or something for his own personal gain.
Yeah.
That's what we might see. What was some points that you really liked? What was your favorite, like, oh my gosh, like moment?
I don't know. Like, can it be like an oh my gosh that was surprising, or can it be like an oh my gosh that was so cool?
Either one. It was something that was really impressive to you.
Because oh my god that was so cool was the fight between Johnny and John at the very beginning.
Yeah, and they directed that. Their action shots were really cool, and it was dark and the way it was lit and everything.
It was like close to nighttime, but still a little sunset. So it was like epic.
No, it was totally nighttime, but it was
like
the way it was
dojo.
lit inside. Mm-hmm. What about Mom noted on the friend, Samantha is now the rejected person, and now her friend has all the cool friends and parties to go to. By the way, over the top, I think she might have been referring to Over the Edge. I don't know which movie they were referring to. I think Over the Top is an arm wrestling movie, and then Over the Edge is a Matt Dillon film from the 70s about teenagers going through suburban life in the 70s, and different social situations of that. So both are pretty interesting movies, and I can see like they were probably inspired by.
All right, completely off the topic.
It's not. It was. She's like, we're going to see a movie like Over the Top or something. So I don't know if she was really meaning Over the Top or Over the Edge. I think Over the Top too. This is a live stream, but from my memory, that was a Sylvester Stallone arm wrestling film. That's what I remember it as. And then Over the Edge, like I said, there's a couple other celebrities in there too, but Matt Dillon.
Yeah. You want to watch the second episode?
You want to go watch episode 2 already?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
This is the episode 1 review. This could be people's only. This is the official review right now. We're live.
I know. How many viewers do
You're
we
just
have?
you're just too excited to watch the other episodes. How many are we gonna watch tonight? Because you know, Dad doesn't like to binge watch. We're not a binge watching family.
Yeah, I
We
just
have other
want.
stuff to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've already stayed up past midnight.
Don't mention that. Don't mention that.
What do you how many would you watch tonight if you know your parents fell asleep and you had the house to yourself and you know you're just gonna sit there and veg out on YouTube Red? Would you just watch them until you fell asleep?
Yeah.
You just watch the whole season, the whole season.
It
through?
takes me like 6 hours to go to sleep, so.
Yeah, there you go. That's enough time.
Yeah.
I wonder if I think there's 12 episodes in this.
Yeah, so it's.
What all are we going to see? Now there's this other female character, Miguel's future girlfriend or something. What role is she going to play? And she's like, yeah, we have to. Some people just get handed things. Some people have to fight for them.
Dad, you know my prediction? Like, this is sort of a dumb prediction, but I think Daniel is going to meet his ex-girlfriend from when he was in high school.
Oh, I mean, they've been waiting.
Yeah.
Another thing that gosh, I forgot to put this in my original video. They didn't include one of the coolest songs in the soundtrack for the season 1, and they are holding out for it. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Put it in the comments below the stream if you can guess the song that I'm thinking. No, they've already included a lot of the original score. Like, no, there is a soundtrack song that was in the original Karate Kid that they did not put in any of Cobra Kai season 1, and it wasn't in this episode, and I forgot to mention that. I know we're gonna see it in season 2. I know
it.
they're gonna put it somewhere. I don't know where it's gonna be, but everybody knows the song I'm talking about.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Oh, come on.
Come on, just.
We listened to that. We listened to the soundtrack quite a bit from Karate Kid, you know.
I just.
You know. You know?
Oh, yes.
History repeats itself! You know? That's going to be in season 2 somewhere. Maybe it'll be in that nightclub scene where they're breaking blocks and fire and stuff like that. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Fight to the edge when you know you're tough and you know what a man to made of. Yeah. That's got to be in there somewhere. They are saving it.
They are saving it.
History repeats itself.
What?
And you need.
Hey, what if they don't? Hey, somebody mentioned that.
What?
Have you ever heard of the phrase "history repeats itself" in Cobra Kai?
No, I mean that's the lyrics of that song in the pre-chorus, and then it's like, you're the best around.
Yes.
No one's ever going to keep you down.
I know that song.
That's gonna be in season 2 somewhere.
Yes.
Somewhere. Like this, it wasn't in. This is supposed to be episode 1 review. It wasn't in episode 1, but it will be in season 2 somewhere. They're going to use it. I told all my friends as soon as I watched the whole season 1 all the way through, I was like, they're saving it. They're waiting and they're saving it for just the right moment. And I don't know where it's going to be, but they will use it somewhere. I mean, I really like their use of commuter in the date scene and stuff. So we're going to see You're the Best Around. We're going to see that in season 2.
Yes.
I mean, I feel that we're going to. I mean, I think they're just saving it.
We are going to. They're definitely going to use that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You talked to the writers? You got a leak? We got a leak. You talked to the writers. We got a leak here. He talked to the writers. They're definitely including it.
Stop.
There's another soundtrack song at the credit roll of the.
Let's just go watch the second episode.
Okay. Of the original Karate Kid 1, I think they should use too. I loved. Hold on, one more episode 1 review thing. I love the 80s music for the 80s montage of the beginning when they're like putting together fences and stuff. cleaning up things. I love that and it was original. It was original to this. They didn't use anything old. But it was like they used 80 cents for it, you know?
Yeah, and like to clean it up, they used actual karate things.
Yeah, well, yeah, the wax on, or the, sand the floor.
And this.
Yep, paint the fence. So I was, they've done a great job with the soundtrack. Of course, I wish I could have been the one that worked on it. It's not too late. You can still, for season 2, I'm sure the soundtrack is done. It's been released. But if you'd like to hire me, Nathan, at Drum Pop.
And if you would like to hire me, I'm an awesome businessman, and I really like putting together storylines.
He's a great story writer. And
I make some of the best stories he's ever heard.
He does, and he has made his own video game, and he has made his own comic series.
Yeah.
So he's a great story writer, and he does storyboards. He's great at storyboards.
Mm-hmm.
And
so if you ever want to hire me,
bring him on the team. Bring me on the team for the music. I would have loved to have been a part of it. Here's what I would have done doing that approach of making 80s montage music. I would give myself a rule where I'm only going to use instruments made before 1988.
Oh.
So, and I have many of those. I've got a couple synthesizers, Yamaha Emax. I have an Emax EMU system synthesizer.
Made the TD ones?
Those came out in 2015, 2014. So no.
Oh, that keyboard.
That keyboard came out in 2002, I think.
Oh, the Octapad.
The Octapad, that one, the one we have downstairs came out in 1985, I think. So we could use that one.
Yeah, but how about that one?
Which is just a controller, though. I'm saying like the sounds, just so it's very authentic, And you could record it digitally, but I would record it on like a TIAC or a Fostex multi-track or something, you know, just so you have that compression right and everything. So I would use, what you call vintage instruments. I'd use retro instruments. I would not use. If I was in charge of the soundtrack, especially if just in the 80s ones, for season 2 or season 3, I would use just 80s instruments, and recording equipment and gear, just to make sure it's authentic as possible.
Yeah.
Because we can go and pull down a patch system on a virtual instrument, a VST, and we can choose 80s synth or a synth lead that's a Moog or a Korg emulation. But if you're using an actual Korg M1, then you're gonna have these authentic synthesizer sounds.
The Korg M1, it just.
I had what was the Korg that I had for the longest time? I had a Korg. Well, I still have the original Korg Mini from 1980, but I had this. It was a digital Korg from '86 or so. And forget the model of it, but I had it for the longest time, and it had a bunch of sound effects like racquetballs and storms and stuff like that. And there's you didn't see that on a lot of synthesizers yet, just a whole couple patches of just sound effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the model number of that? But anyway, that's what I would use. I'd use just 80s instruments. But either way he went about it, the production of the 80s music montage was awesome in this. As part of this review. I thought that was a great touch to have, especially for having it be the montage that we already are familiar with of doing those routines and learning karate. They did an 80s montage music for it. What did you think of that music? That was fitting, right?
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah. Sounds like something Miller would write.
Yeah. Well, Miller writes more calm songs.
He does. He writes everything, but he when he did soundtracks and stuff, he could do 80s and synth and stuff like that.
Stuff like that.
All right. Anything else? Any other thoughts on episode 1 review before we go watch episode 2? We just wanted to go live right away. We pushed the live button 60 seconds after we ended the episode. We started the episode at 12:01. So we were like, this could be the soonest it could come out of a review for episode 1.
Yeah, nobody else has done it. Maybe in China.
Highly recommended. Highly recommended episode 1.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend it. Season 2 has not disappointed so far. Sequels can sometimes be, or even sometimes a second season.
Dad, I don't. Pardon my language, but this episode, this season I think is going to be better. It's going
That's
to be.
censoring you.
It's going to be. I won't say it. It is going to be better than the last one because there's more craziness.
There might be more drama. We're into the characters are into a rhythm now with each other. Chemistries between everybody.
Yeah.
The drama can now unfold. We've already built up these characters and their relations to each other. So now things are more dramatic by just having small situations happen because you know the background of it. So like, you're right, Judah, and there's going to be a ton of action as well.
All right. You want to go watch episode 2 now?
I want to hit on Hawk real quick since we're still doing the review. Already we see this guy bullying. They're at the celebration thing and his friend is being supportive and then
he takes his nachos.
right as he's like
Hey man. Just because you're
he's
not.
like, but
Hey, Dad, do it. I'll do the quote. Just because you're not a part of the victory.
yeah. And the guy's like, hey, we had a victory together, remember at computer camp? Yeah, and he's like, hey, shut up with the nerd stuff. And so now Hawk is like trying to create a new life for himself and separate that as a different personality altogether. So Hawk is now separating from
his friends,
his
old friends.
And his original identity. He is making a new life and a new name for himself.
Yeah,
he's
got
delete all that altogether.
He's got all this crazy gangster stuff. He's got a fake ID.
Well, he had that in the original.
No, he still has it. Remember?
Yeah, but I'm saying that was part of him, in just being a teenager in season 1. No, you see him just being overconfident now, and then we obviously see in the teaser shots, Kreese really pulling him under his wing, like I've talked about before. And so that's a recipe for violent behavior coming up with Hawk.
I'm like, Hawk is crazy. Kreese is crazy.
Yeah. We're going to see a bunch of crazy.
Yeah. We're going to see a bunch of crazy. And I like crazy.
Do you want to stay on and talk about any reviews, see if Kelly wants to have any thoughts? Why don't you stay on with your audience and I'm going to see if Kelly wants to have any thoughts.
What audience?
You're on a live stream. You got people watching you.
What should I talk about? We've already talked about everything.
Episode 1 review.
We've already talked about everything.
No, everything.
Everything. Yeah, so that just happened. We're not ending just yet, but I think I know exactly when You're the Best Around song is coming in. It's spoiler alert. It's when they're I think I've mentioned this already. Yeah, I've mentioned this already. So what am I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Anyway, episode 1 is awesome. I think my mom is coming in now to come and do the live stream. Oh, hey, welcome. Welcome. Come sit down.
Where? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
K-E-double-L-Y.
I'm Team Cobra Kai.
Me too. Hold on.
What's an R?
Just pretend that this is a K, okay? I'm Cobra Kai. I'm more offense.
So what are we talking about?
Episode 1.
Oh, it was so good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
What was, let's see. It's just so much to absorb.
Yeah. It was just Kreese.
I'm
this
very
guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy.
I'm very disappointed in how it ended, though, because it seems like
Kreese is out to get him.
Yeah, and that Johnny's nobody said anything nice about me in such a long time.
Yeah.
I'll listen to you, previously crazy person that, tried to kill me. So it's...
and broke my trophy.
Yeah, and he's all like, I'm not actually leaving, you know, because I don't know. He just seems like he had it in his mind the whole time that he was like, I know how to emotionally manipulate this guy, and if I bring him this trophy that I fixed, because, you know, I fixed this trophy and it's also a symbol of me fixing my ways, then he'll accept me and I can be part of the club again or whatever. And I'm just like,
yeah, but he's introducing him in the next thing. He's like,
I know,
he's like,
that's what I'm saying.
This is Mr.
Crease. It's very bad. I think it's a
Why is it bad? It just calls for more action.
I know, but I just want everybody to be happy.
Mom, Cobra Kai is about action.
I know, but I want everybody to be happy. It just makes me so upset.
It's just a show!
No. So
Snap
bad.
out of it.
So
Snap
bad.
out of it! You're in Team Miyagi-Do.
I'm in team just everybody be happy. I don't know, but overall though it's really good so far. I'm glad that they got right into action.
Yeah.
Like the first 30 seconds, there's people
it's
are
like-
to be thrown up against walls and stuff.
It's
That's
like,
really cool.
hi, I'm Kreese. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, and then right after that, then they, you know, went right back into like the 80s montage
Yeah.
bit with Robbie and Miss LaRusso.
Yeah.
So that was great too. Yeah, and then I also liked the part where that's okay. I also liked the part where he says to Robbie, you know, you guys are gonna be here. You know, you better get some rest because all summer you guys are gonna be here in this backyard.
Mom, do it.
And then Robbie,
they do this.
Robbie and Sam look at each other, and it's like, you know, like a like a whole thing. So it's that part's gonna be good too.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that part.
Yeah, but like something that was like that kind of caught my eye was like them at like the construction site. They've been at construction sites a lot.
You talking about in the preview for the next episode?
Yeah, like they're like going through concrete in a concrete mixer.
Yeah, that's part of their training.
Yeah. I'm like, they're starting over as white belts. They were black belts. They're white belt, and they're going to go all the way back, all the way back, all the way back, all the way back, all the way back,
Yep.
all the way back. Beep.
Yep. I'm really excited. I want to watch episode 2 though.
Yeah, we're going to, because I've got to do a review.
Of course.
Yeah.
There are people waiting.
Do you really want to? Do you want to go now or?
Do I want to leave? Well, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go watch episode 2.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Ready? All right. Goodbye, everyone. This concludes episode 2 of the predictions and review series. Right? Is what I should call it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm gonna push stop streaming, and then we're gonna stop streaming. Okay. Bye.